Chapter 1 Suhang Tangjia. Today is the birthday banquet of the Tang family's old master, and all the prominent families of Suhang have gathered. A handsome young man with sharp sword-like eyebrows suddenly trembled. A sentence popped out of his mouth. After quickly adapting to the memories in his mind, Tang Yu felt a little broken inside. He was an avid fan of online literature. He had read hundreds, maybe thousands, of urban power fantasy novels. Then, not long ago, he suddenly got bound to a villain system. This damn system required him to play the villain in various cliché novels. For every major plot point he survived, he would earn a reward. If he made it to the finale, he could return to the real world wealthy and rewarded. But every story had a hellish start. Take the 8th book as an example. He played the security guard who tried to block the protagonist from entering the company. As everyone knows, in urban wish fulfillment novels, security guards and bodyguards are high-risk jobs. He ended up getting punched through a glass wall by the protagonist Long Shuai. The previous round was even more absurd. The protagonist of that book was Beishuan Tianzun, a cultivator, who failed his tribulation and was reborn into the city. A guy who could deflect missiles with his bare hands. Tang Yu didn't even get to speak before he was slapped to death. If the system is the master, I'm the sacrificial pawn, Tang Yu thought bitterly. System, what book is this? He asked in his heart. This is God of War, Dragon King and the Flower Capital. Current progress, Chapter 57. The system replied coldly. Tang Yu's heart sank. He remembered this plot. Another common power fantasy. The protagonist, Ye Chen, came from a powerful Yanjing family that was wiped out when he was 5. He was taken abroad by an old man and became the world's top assassin. He even founded the world's #1 mercenary group, Dragon Soul. His nickname, Dragon King. He had first-class medical skills and had now returned to China under a new identity to investigate the destruction of his family, while also seducing dozens of women and building a massive harem. Eventually, he'd rise to the top of the world. And Tang Yu? He was the eldest young master of the Tang family, one of the 4 great families of Suzhou and Hangzhou, worth trillions. By all accounts, a dream role. But no matter how noble the villain, he was just a stepping stone. It's Chapter 57. Wait, no way, am I dying again? Tang Yu paled as the memory came rushing back. According to the plot, today at the birthday banquet, he would get engaged to the female lead, Su Muyue. The Su family was also one of the 4 major families, though ranked last. Tang Yu had been her loyal lapdog for 3 years, pouring family resources into helping her, only to be coldly ignored. Eventually, the elders of the Tang family, tired of his humiliation, arranged for a marriage to save face. Ye Chen the Dragon King would crash the banquet, steal Su Muyue away, and kick Tang Yu into a vegetative state. He would die not long after. This is insane, Tang Yu cursed inwardly. This villain role was idiotic. A Yale graduate, handsome, worth trillions. And he simped for a woman who treated him like dirt for 3 years? If it were a rich man worth millions, he'd be driving a Cadillac and living it up already. Nope, I'm changing the script. Tang Yu scanned the banquet hall. Dozens of powerful guests were in attendance. Then, his gaze locked on a quiet young man in the corner holding a glass of red wine. It was Ye Chen, currently disguised as Su Muyu's bodyguard. A classic trope. No way I'm getting engaged. As soon as that thought crossed his mind, a beautiful girl in a blue dress approached. She was elegant, stunning, and cold as ice. She looked at Tang Yu with thinly veiled disgust. It was Su Muyu. She stood before him and said indifferently, Tang Xiao, please stop bothering me. I won't agree to this marriage. Tang Yu had already decided, and her words were music to his ears. He nodded. I agree. His response came so easily that Su Muyue was momentarily stunned. She stared at him wide-eyed, not sure if she heard right. And then in her ears came a voice, Thank the heavens. Bless your ancestors for 18 generations. You rejecting this marriage is the best thing that ever happened to me. Now go run off with Ye Chen. His harem's missing a few members anyway. Su Muyue's brow furrowed. She looked around sharply. Who said that? The voice sounded like Tang Yu, but he hadn't opened his mouth. Well, didn't you want to dissolve the engagement? Let's go talk to the elders. Tang Yu gave her a calm smile. Without the engagement, Ye Chen had no reason to target him, right? All he had to do was not provoke the protagonist and live happily ever after. All right, Su Muyue nodded. The two of them headed to the elders. Tang Yu stayed cool on the outside, but inside, he was thrilled. Yes. Cancel the engagement with this dumb woman, and Ye Chen won't mess with me. I'm living till the finale, baby. Still, what a waste. She's the #1 beauty in Suhang, and yet she's doomed to join Ye Chen's harem. Her whole family, too. God, this story is brain dead. The moment she heard that voice again, Su Muyue was sure. It was coming from Tang Yu, They were alone in the hallway now. No one else could have said it. She wasn't just beautiful, she was smart. And she quickly pieced things together. Her expression turned dark. Yechen. He was the bodyguard she had hired after he saved her from some thugs. She thought he was decent, so she brought him into the Su family to repay the favor. He had helped her with a lot of things since, and they became friends. But now, to end up as a member of his harem? To drag her entire family into ruin? No, that didn't sit right with her. She was the proud daughter of the Su family. She refused to be a side piece in anyone's harem, especially not a mere bodyguard's. Chapter 02. Soon, the two of them walked into a study. Inside, the elders of both the Tang and Su families were chatting leisurely about the engagement. When Tang Yu and Sumu Yue entered, they greeted the elders one by one. Tang Yu, you're just in time. I have something to discuss with you, said a middle-aged man with a square, authoritative face. It was Tang Yu's father, Tang Gangcheng. I was just talking with your uncle Su. We all think you and Muyu are well matched. So we've decided to go ahead and settle your engagement. What do you think? I don't think it's appropriate, Tang Yu answered without hesitation. The room fell into an awkward silence. Everyone looked at each other with strange expressions. Inappropriate? Who in Suhang doesn't know you've chased this girl for 3 whole years? Tang Yu coughed lightly, trying to recover. Elders, as the saying goes, forced melons aren't sweet. I've done some reflecting recently and realized Muyue and I may not be suitable after all. Marriage is a lifelong commitment. It's better to let us decide for ourselves. Still, thank you all for your concern. As he finished, Tang Yu felt a wave of relief. Finally. I'm not going to die this time. The elders of both families were dumbfounded. Just then, Su Muyu's father, Su Chongshan, leaned forward. Xiao Yu, uncle understands. Did this girl, Muyu, pressure you into saying this? Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Tang Yu froze. Uncle, do you want me to die? No, Uncle Su, I really... No need to explain. Uncle understands, Su Chongshan interrupted with a wave of his hand. Then he turned to his daughter and barked, Mu Yue, you tell me, how has Xiao Yu treated you these past few years? He's cared for you in every possible way. Remember when you were hospitalized? He practically lived there to take care of you. Look at his looks and his character. How is he not good enough for you? And now you're making him back off? You're really testing me, girl. Sumu Yue was dumbfounded. What do you mean I made him say that? This guy is thrilled. Why aren't you speaking up? Say something. Argue with your dad. If this falls through, we can both go our separate ways, and I can go find 10 or 8 sisters to enjoy myself with. Oh, if you don't speak up, I'm doomed. Don't you want to elope with your Dragon King Ye Chen? Tang Yu shot her a desperate look, eyebrows raised in exaggerated signals. Su Muyue's expression darkened. Hi, Ye Chen? This bastard thinks I'm going to elope with my bodyguard? And what was that about 10 or 8 sisters? After chasing her for 3 years, he flips the switch and now he's done. Her anger ignited. Dad! I didn't force him to say anything. I support the engagement. The room fell silent. Su Chongshan blinked. You're not lying? No, Samuya replied, shaking her head. A blush crept up her cheeks. She bit her lip. He really has been good to me. I was touched. I just think, maybe we can start by dating first? Of course. Step by step, no need to rush. Su Chongshan's scowl melted into a smile. So it wasn't his daughter who opposed the engagement. It was Xiao Yu, worrying he wasn't good enough. What a considerate future son-in-law. The rest of the elders nodded approvingly. Tang Yu's fake smile looked more like he was in physical pain. He stepped toward Su Muyue, face twitching, and forced out a grin uglier than crying. Muyue, you don't have to force yourself. Su Muyue bit her lip again and whispered, but I want to try dating. Xiao Yu, Muyue might be a bit cold and awkward sometimes, but don't take it the wrong way. Girls are shy by nature, Su Chongshan said warmly, patting his shoulder. Tang Yu's face darkened. Meanwhile, inside Su Muyu's ears, the complaints were raging again. You've lost your mind, haven't you? We had a deal. Who the hell wants to date you? You're supposed to follow the script. You're supposed to get kicked by Ye Chen into a coma. Please, for the love of the plot, snap out of it. But hearing that inner tantrum only made Su Muyu's eyes sparkle with laughter. She was finding this version of Tang Yu oddly amusing, much better than the simpering doormat he used to be. All right, since the two of you are on the same page, we won't interfere anymore. Old Master Tang declared with a smile. Let's go out and announce the engagement. Everyone left the study with joy on their faces. Tang Yu, walking at the back with Su Muyu, clenched his fists. Seeing the smirk on her face made him want to punch something. He hissed, "Didn't you say you wouldn't marry me?" "But I was moved by your sincerity." Her smile deepened. It was the first time Tang Yu had ever seen her smile at him like this, and it caught him off guard for a second. Then he reached out to touch her forehead. "Are you okay? Want me to take you to the hospital? Marriage isn't a joke. Think this through. Someone help her. If she doesn't see a doctor, I will have to." "I'm fine," Sumuyu said casually. "Besides, we're not married yet." "Well, I'm not agreeing. Forced melons aren't sweet." "That's fine. I'll just sip the juice," she said sweetly. Her smile widened as she saw Tang Yu's frustration peak. She was having the time of her life. Then she added, "Your attitude changed too fast. Is it possible? You're terminally ill and afraid of dragging me down?" Tang Yu looked utterly defeated. "Why won't this woman follow the plot? She's gone insane, really. I'm dead for sure. Ye Chen is going to crash this party, and I'm the designated punching bag. I swear being a rich and handsome villain in a cool novel is pure hell." His inner voice ranted again. And Sumuyue? She only grew more intrigued. Could his thoughts really be right about the future? Chapter 3. When the group returned to the hall, Mr. Donald first thanked the guests who came to celebrate his birthday. Then he called Tang Yu and Sumuyu to him and looked at everyone and announced, "Dear relatives and friends, there is another happy event to share with you today. Our Tang family decided to marry the Su family. And from today onwards, Su Muyue will be half of our Tang family's granddaughter-in-law." After Mr. Tang finished announcing, the guests who came to the banquet immediately began to applaud. Everyone in the Su family was even more happy. And Ye Chen, who was tasting red wine in the corner, his face instantly became gloomy. With a murderous expression, he strode towards Tang Yu. "Su Muyue is the woman he fancy. Whoever wants to get involved must die." At Lion Groove, he came with a murderous aura. "Why are you still like this? Is Lao Tzu destined to be beaten today?" At this time, Tang Yu's complaining sounded again. Su Muye glanced at it after hearing this, and really saw Ye Chen walking over with a murderous face. This made Su Muyue couldn't help but be a little shocked. Everyone from the Su family came to the banquet today, so naturally they would not bring bodyguards over. But Ye Chen really appeared here? It's exactly the same as this guy said. "I don't agree with this affair." Walking 3 meters away, Ye Chen shouted angrily with a cold face. Everyone's eyes focused on him. The guests who came today were all famous nobles from Su Hang, and except for a very few people from the Su family, no one recognized who Ye Chen was. Su Chongshan remembered that this person named Ye Chen was the new bodyguard in the family. Seeing him come out to make a mistake, Su Chongshan's face turned dark, and he stood up and drank. "What are you, a little bodyguard, my Su family's turn to get your guidance?" A trace of killing intent flashed in Ye Chen's eyes. If it weren't for the fact that the person who said this was Su Muyu's father, he would have already started at this time. "Dragon King by yourself, across the globe in a foreign country." The princes and nobles of Europe did not dare to talk to themselves like that. He stared at everyone in the Su family and pointed at each point. The Su family, a famous family, is there still a little shame that you have to sacrifice the happiness of a girl for the prosperity of the family? Ha ha ha, here it comes. The classic mouth has begun. Just forget about other people's affairs. And then you will start beating people later, and then perform heroes to save the beauty. And in the end, it is not the Su family that is unlucky. But the protagonist of Shuangwen, once the achievement is done, everyone is your stepping stone. Sprinkle water. Tang Yu's complaining sounded again. According to the original plot, Su Muyue was forced by the family to agree to a marriage. When she was most desperate, Dragon King Ye Chen took her away. After Ye Chen broke the shackles in her heart, he also became her only reliance. She fell in love with Ye Chen and became Ye Chen's first harem. But at this moment, Su Muyue frowned slightly, not moved and surprised at all. After listening to Tang Yu's heart for a long time, her mentality had completely changed. On the contrary, the little bodyguard dared to make a second and drive him out, Su Chongshan roared angrily. Soon, a tall man in a suit ran over. It was He Jin, the bodyguard captain of the Tang family. Jin is a retired special soldier, and he can be the captain of the bodyguard in the Tang family. Naturally, he has no skills, and he is also loyal to the Tang family. According to the original plot, he was the first to shoot and the first to be killed. After he was killed, it was soon Tang Yu's turn to be unlucky. Don't be impulsive. Tang Yu hurriedly rushed up to stop Jin and persuaded, "There is something to say. Today is my grandfather's birthday, and it is not good to hurt my hands and get angry." Seeing that the eldest young master spoke, Jin stopped. "See, no, it's still Tang Dashao, who is of high quality and doesn't think about this kind of barbarian. If it were me, I would have pulled it out to kill and feed the dog a long time ago. I think I probably want to rob a woman with Tang Dashao, just his poor and sour look. Tang Shao, hurry up and kill him." The onlookers around praised Tang Yu's grace and did not forget to step on Ye Chen by the way. This is also the consistent routine of cool novels. First use passers-by to increase the protagonist's anger, and then the villain jumps out and screams a few words, and then is killed by a punch and pulled down. Tang Yu panicked to death after hearing these words. "What are you yelling so loud for? Can the attitude be better? You curse for a while. Why am I sent to the crematorium?" Sure enough, after hearing the words of these passers-by, Ye Chen's face instantly turned livid, staring at Tang Yu deadly. It's all this culprit. If he hadn't pestered Su Muyu, how could things have become like this? "Groove, what the are you staring at me for? And it's not me who scolded you. I didn't let people do it. What else do you want? If you want to rob someone, hurry up and grab it. Don't come at me, you stinky fool." Tang Yu was tightened by the chrysanthemum he was staring at, and he cried bitterly in his heart. This guy's a dragon king, and the bodyguards of the entire Tang family combined are not enough for him to fight alone. It really angered him, and it won't be long before everyone can come to the Tang family to eat their own table. Sumuyu listened to it for a long time and couldn't help but laugh. Seeing Sumuyu smile, Ye Chen's face eased a little more. He thought that Sumuyu laughed because he stood up to help her speak, so he smiled evilly at Sumuyu, pulled out an amazing arc at the corner of his mouth, and walked over. "Mu Yue, no one can sacrifice your freedom for benefits. With me, you can go wherever you want. Whoever stops and dies." Tang Yu on the side silently took 2 steps back to open the distance, feeling a little excited. "Yes, go up quickly. The male and female guests will hold hands successfully and leave you quickly." In the original plot, Tang Yu had already taken the bodyguards up to do it. Now he has shouted the bodyguards too. As long as this guy takes Su Muyue away, the next thing has nothing to do with him. Ye Chen walked over and grabbed Su Muyu's hand and was about to lead her out of the Tang family. His hand hadn't touched Su Muyue yet. Su Muyue had already taken 2 steps back and looked at Ye Chen Dao with a cold face. "Damn, what are you doing? Neurotic? When was I sacrificed to be free?" After listening to her heart for a long time, she already understood what the situation was now. The world I live in seems to be a world of fiction. According to the normal plot, he has already eloped with this guy at this time. The thought of becoming this guy's harem made her extremely disgusted. Ye Chen's face was shocked, and a trace of anger flashed in his eyes. This woman dared to refuse herself? Didn't she understand that when the whole world betrayed her, she was the only one who was willing to betray the whole world for her? Immediately, he reacted again, looking at Su Muyu and smiling. "Muyue, I know what you are afraid of, don't worry. I am here, and the Tang family does not dare to treat you." After that, he stared at Tang Yu with cold eyes. Su Muyue didn't dare to go with her. She must have been coerced by this guy. The Tang family's young? What a thing! This is also in the country. It is not good to kill people casually. If he was abroad, he would order 100,000. 100 or so mercenaries can make the Tang family disappear in an instant. You have brain congestion? Do you care about my chicken feathers? I left the bodyguards alone. And Su Muyue, this woman is really vicious enough. In order to protect him, do you want to act like this? Give you 1,000,000? Hurry away and fly away. Don't torture me, big brother. Tang Yu had the heart to die at the moment. These two people have brain problems. No, you think too much. You're just a bodyguard of our Su family. You're fired from today onwards. Please leave here immediately. A hint of anger appeared on Su Muyu's beautiful face, and she pointed to the gate and shouted. However, this anger was not only aimed at Ye Chen, but also Tang Yu. Why is this bastard still muttering that he is getting along with Ye Chen? The more Su Muyu said this, the more Ye Chen felt sweet in his heart. You see, she was protecting me and deliberately singing blackface. She has me in her heart. It is worthy of being the woman that my Dragon King fancy. Knowledgeable and understanding. So he looked at Sumiyu's eyes, and there was a little more gentle pampering. The smile at the corner of his mouth became more and more evil and confident, and he spoke. Muye, I won't leave you with me by your side. You don't have to worry so much. The Tang family's nothing.
Hey there, boys and girls. I am the story guy. Thanks for listening. The story doesn't end here. There's more to uncover, more secrets to expose, and more crazy stuff to share on the way. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. We're just getting started.